At this year's Sim Racing Expo in Germany, Apex Racing reviewed BenQ's latest range of curved monitors. Team principal Alex Simpson explains what he looks for in a monitor.
This was the first time we used the curved screens. The most important thing for me when selecting monitors is trying to get the right field of view. This was the first time I've actually drove a sort of a setup that had a full 180-degree field of view. It wasn't particularly difficult to do, just a 45-degree angle on the JCL Sim Racing rig, and we're able to achieve that. The curved monitors didn't distort the field of view or anything like that. It was just nice and natural and smooth. Driving with them was really easy. I was actually very surprised how easy it was to set up, considering the size of these as well. I mean, 35s really, they were quite heavy, and the rig was able to take it quite well. Yeah, I'm just so far really impressed with how they worked.
What are the key things that sim racers look out for when purchasing a monitor?
So in terms of the key components for a monitor for sim racing, I would say that the refresh rate is a massive factor. For us driving the Formula 1 car, there's a lot of change of direction of speed. It's very fast compared to the GT3 cars. So going through the S's at Clotter, for example, if you've got a low refresh rate monitor, sometimes you can suffer a lot from screen tearing, and aiming for apex becomes a bit more difficult. So I think definitely the refresh rate has to be high, and it also allows for quicker starts, reaction time off the starts to the lights. So response time and hertz are the two biggest factors for me.
What about for a driver that only has one monitor? iRacing World Championship Grand Prix Series driver Jamie Fluke explains.
I am a single screen user. I currently use a 24-inch single screen, so upgrading to a 32-inch monitor would be a massive improvement in real estate for me. I would be able to use a slightly larger field of view, so I could see a little bit more left and right, which is crucial in close quarters racing, which that's what we're in this for. It's that realism and that being able to fight cars nice and close. So that's really useful for me. The extra benefit that we have from this is an increase in refresh rate. So I'm on a 60 Hz monitor. This is an upgrade to 100 Hz, so things will be coming at me far quicker, and I'll be able to process that a little bit nicer. Without a hit on response time either. It falls in the same bracket as what I currently use, so that's quite useful. The curved part of the monitor is quite nice as well. It feels like the monitor slightly wraps around a little bit, so you can still focus nicely down the middle, but you can almost feel it sort of bending like with your eyes. So it's quite a nice thing for me.
With quick responses being key in the world of motorsport, how important are refresh and response rates on a monitor?
When I'm picking monitors, there's a few key features that I really look for. The first up is the response rate, trying to keep it as close to 1 millisecond as possible, just to reduce input lag. So anything that's between sort of 1 to 4 seems to be the sweet spot. The 35-inch monitors that we tested this weekend were 4 millisecond response, and I have to say I didn't notice any difference from my older 1 millisecond monitors that I had, so that was really good. The second sort of important thing is the refresh rate. I'm looking to try and get as max as possible, so typically around sort of the 144 Hz. The feature itself seems to slow the driving down, making it actually easier to be more consistent. Again, the 35-inch BenQ curved monitors that we tested were 100 Hz monitors, so never really tried those before. Normally it's been sort of 60 or 144, and I have to say it's much better than a 60 Hz monitor, and I didn't really notice a great deal of difference from the 144s. So it could be a sort of a great in-between monitor if you wanted to go for that. What its size over, say, something a bit smaller.
And the final thoughts on the monitors?
So I've had very limited testing so far with the BenQ monitors, but so far they've been a massive improvement over what I had. Just straight away the refresh rate and the hertz have been a massive improvement. Me personally, I chose to go for the slightly smaller ones just for space. I went for the 32-inch monitors, as I don't think I could fit 35s in my current environment, but the 32-inch monitors are definitely going to be great for compared to what I did have with the 27-inch monitors.
I was actually very surprised how easy it was to set up, considering the size of these as well. I mean, 35s really, they were quite heavy, and the rig was able to take it quite well. Yeah, I'm just so far really impressed with how they work.